Hello, and welcome to Roguelike Dolls. We're playing Bloodborne. And as you can see, it's not my very first time
Oh,
playing
yeah.
the game.
Pale blood.
I would describe myself as having maybe
Well, you've come to the right place.
20-ish hours in
Yharnam is
Bloodborne.
the
However,
home
I
of
never
blood
finished.
administration. You need only
I
unravel
did
its
start
mystery.
through last
But
night.
there's an outsider like yourself to begin.
However, I didn't record or
Easy, with a bit of
maybe I
Yharnam
was
blood
like
of your own.
hitting the space button or something and it was causing
But
OBS
first,
to like
you'll need a
stutter on and
contract.
off, and in any case, that video doesn't exist. It was very excellent and drunken and awful, and everything you could possibly want from a introductory episode of a Bloodborne series. But here we are. Let's see. I do have a favorite. As you can see, I don't know, I feel like I have a nice pointy nose. I kind of look like a witch. Our origin. I want Violent Past because it is so strong. And we're just gonna go for it, Just absolutely rip and tear, rip and tear, rip and tear. Load
All
times.
signed and sealed.
I don't know what to do during load times. There's like no stimulus coming from the
Don't you
TV
worry.
to like tell me.
Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere.
Oh, while I was
bad
sleeping, Stanley tore apart windscreen for my microphone. I think I was able to kind of piece it together and tape it back on microphone. So I think it's functioning how it needs to function. However, it might actually be damaged enough to have a little bit of diminished functionality or effectiveness. I emailed my Sweetwater sales engineer, and I'm looking into like seeing if they can sell me this specific windscreen. It's quite good, or at least one that will for sure fit on it. I feel like if I get one that's not foam, like if I get one of those hairy ones, maybe. You ever see those microphones that have it's kind of like a boom, if you've watched a film or television production, except for it's tiny. It's like fits on the end of the mic, and they make those for some varieties of microphone. I don't know if they'll fit on mine specifically. So, I'm searching. I haven't searched a lot yet.
You found yourself a hunter.
That said, hopefully the quality isn't too impacted, and if it is, deal with it, nerd. I don't know, find a better channel to watch. Why are you even here? You come onto my channel and you complain about the quality of my audio? How dare you? Alright. Let's see. There's a werewolf. I'm not gonna worry about him too much. If possible, He didn't follow us, so... Alright, so what's the story of this game? We're a hungry, hungry vampire, and we are on the island of misfit boys known as the UK. And we are being hunted by dwarfs. Alright, we took a little bit of damage, doesn't matter. The whole point of this first section is either to die, and return to the hunter's dream by death, or did not die and return to the hunter's dream by this chalice lantern bonfire. We'll call it a bonfire. In any case, you know, the bonfire, it's exactly like Dark Souls. If you've ever played Dark Souls, it's like this. This game came out in like 2014 something. It's old. It's like almost a decade old now. You know, if it was a human, it would be old enough to drink. That's not true. That's just bad math, frankly. Got a notebook, got an old man. Hello.
Well, you're sure. Just, you know.
Anywho, you know, if you wanna, I guess I would like to awaken Karn, but first let's equip some items so I don't, like, die. I don't know exactly what our goals are. You know, I really should have went to the sick room, but we're not gonna think about it too much. We'll just go down the ladder and move there, because I would like to go back and give that werewolf a piece of my mind. Anyways, so now our unstoppable smacking spree begins. I would say, alright, so a minute ago when we did not have the saw cleaver, I would say these fights were I wouldn't say they were heavily in favor of our opponents, but they certainly were like a lot more tilted towards our opponents than they are now. We'll concede that much, that not having a weapon largely was only to the benefit of our opponents. Having a weapon, however, does give us relative safety and ease in moving to the city and accomplishing our goals, you know, developing our business acumen, finding the British people and smacking them with our sword. Merked. Yeah, so I would say I'm pretty familiar with the start of this game by now. Not a lot of surprises here for me. How far did I get in this game on my furthest attempt, and why did I stop? The answer is, I got to the spider boss, like that, which I think is pretty far into the game. I don't have any like frame of reference for exactly how far, but you know, reasonably far. And I stopped because I was playing on a PlayStation like streaming service. Ow, alright, didn't expect that. Maybe heal. Looks like this guy can do a lot of damage. Ow. Ow, that was more range than I expected. He does not get, phased by our apex. We'll call it that. But he was a simple opponent. unworthy to murder a gamer of our caliber. I think if this game wants to kill us, it should send between 1 or 3 dogs after me. That's gonna be a much more fearsome encounter than a large acid man. Quicksilver bolts are useful for shooting our enemies. Obvious trap. So yeah, I'm not. This isn't my first rodeo, so to speak, but in some ways, also so speaking, it is my first rodeo. You know, it's like, it's very Dickensian. It was the first of rodeos, it was the second of rodeos. Dickens is a British author who I've seen many movies of his works. I have never read a book, and I never will. And if I, like, frankly, if I was gonna read a book, it would not be one written by in English. That's for damn sure. You can write that down. Alright. There isn't even, like, a story about this. It's not like there's some sort of blood pox or something going on and, like, everyone's all messed up. This is just how England is. It's just like that. We are surrounded. I understand to be bad. Oh my god. Why? You see? That was a much more effective strategy at taking us down. This is a warm-up. This is the first video game I'm playing today, so alright, I died at bloodborne. One of the most basic enemies. Sue me. Hire a lawyer, explain your case to them, and get laughed out of the fucking room. Okay? They're not gonna take that case. What the fuck? You're gonna go into their office and be like, oh, yeah, this person died at a video game. And they're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, you might have something there. What year was the game released? And they're gonna be like, maybe 2015, I forget. And they're gonna be like, no fucking way. No fucking way. You can't sue people about games that were not made in the last 2 years. That's absurd. You're gonna get laughed out of the courtroom. Is this bit working for you? I think it's very funny. Let me know. I think it's very good, personally. We're just killing time as we approach this, you know, collection of murderers. There's a man with a rifle. He's a Muppet. This game would be way better if everyone was Muppets. Like most media properties, the game would be vastly improved by number of Muppets. Ow. Fresh brick. This video is gonna get, like, demonetized, and not for, like, you know, me being a horny weirdo or, you know, any other reason. It's just gonna be like, I get an email from LLC that's like, you have done an unacceptable amount of racism against the British people. Your crimes against the crown will not be forgotten. Alright, we got our echoes back. Mods that I would like to see for this game. Obviously the Muppet mod, the mod that I would like to see for every game. Ow. Stop it. Other mods that I think. Run over here. Get health potion. All run this way. And when I say run, I mean like jaunty stroll. I might go for a walk today. It would be good for me to get some physical exercise sometimes. Mild aerobic exercise is good for you and your heart. And I just spend a lot of time totally sedentary, and, you know, I eat a lot of fast food, and I don't think either of that is, like, cardiovascular or really any sense. There's, like, no health benefits to any of that. So, we can work on it. We can work on it. We'll have to go up there to get that, but we will. You know, judging by the locking mechanism on this, it should be, like, trivial to open this door from this side, but I don't think we're allowed to do that. Currently the game's sitting at, like, a 3 out of 10 for me. Too many Brits, not enough doors locked from other side. Let's see, what other mods would I like? I'm not sure yet. I wish I was wearing, like, the elite knight armor from Dark Souls. British children start off as large ravens, and then they sort of, when they turn like 15 or 16, they sort of go into a phase, and then they emerge as fully formed, you know, British notes. Oh my god, I'm staggered by that. You bitch. Ow. Alright, so my plan was to go up on him all sleek and shoot him in the face, and then do that thing where I, like, shove my hand directly into the enemy and pull out its soul or whatever. That plan was disrupted by my inability to parry at the correct time. Once again, I've lost at a video game. You can contact your lawyer at 1-800 and he'll fuck off or something. I want lawyers do. You know what lawyers do? Please tell me in the comments. My understanding is that, like, the legal system is just set up to be extremely complicated, and also it's kind of illegal to, you know, practice law on behalf of somebody else without a law degree. So it's like made complicated so that you kind of have to have a law degree to navigate it, but also it's illegal. So there's like 2 barriers to do it unless you want to represent yourself, which is legal but oftentimes considered a bad idea. And I'm not disputing that. I think that's correct. It is not a good idea to represent yourself in a court of law, at least in America. I don't think so. I definitely think that wisdom holds up in other legal traditions, but which is not to say that the legal system in America and the UK is similar. I believe in the UK they have, it's not an adversarial system, I think it's like the point of trials in the UK is not to like fight each other like it is in America. It's to like determine what the truth of the case is. sword out. Smack the dudes. Alright, we got smacked ourselves. How are we supposed to outrange a pitchfork, though? That's my question. We did fine, don't worry about it. Moving right along, and something is something. This dog is a bitch, and I hit him with my saw sword. Moving right along. Footloose and fancy free. You can take my blood, but you can't take it from me. Moving right. Ow. Bitch. Alright, we've used a lot of healing items, but my understanding is that the game kind of throws those at you. Oh my god, where did you come from? That song is, of course, a bastardization of the classic Moving Right Along from Muppets 1976. A classic film, which if you've never seen it, I encourage you to pause this video, but return later and go watch Muppets. I don't know where it's available, but it is a classic. Can't recommend it enough. Alright. Oh yeah, that's some good punching. Oh my god, once again, we almost died in the same way, but did not get fooled again. Ow! Not stuttered at all. We'll figure out how to get this guy. But for now, we might take a strategy that doesn't involve so much parry. Apparently, we suck ass at that. The wild thing about the video I recorded last night is that I was like, you know, at like a half bottle of vodka. But certainly a quarter bottle of vodka, and, you know, mildly drunk, and I was just, like, in the fucking zone, you know. This game had nothing on me. It could do no harm. Me. I was invincible. And now this morning, when I'm, like, hungover and shit, I'm back in video games. I'm probably better at banter. In my head, I think my banter last night was pretty good, but probably if I'm on review, it was just gonna be, you know, sweet drunken nonsense. Alright, we got a lot more blood vials. That's nice. What are we doing? One dude? Not good enough. We'll take his bolts. I think this isn't the way that we want to go, though. We will want to go this way eventually, but our first order of business is actually over here, I think. Yes. I'm sorry you're in a cage, but I think you might escape at some point, so we have like a zero tolerance policy towards dogs who might be able to hurt us eventually. How dare you? See, this is why we slap the dogs while they're in the cage. Got some do... What's over here? Another dog. I know any safe places?
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you once has got off, you're obligated to what you be. Are you going to tell...
Alright, well, we don't know of a safe place.
Good for nothing.
The hunters really said, fuck you, no safe spaces. Thinking this is exactly where I want to go. What's over here? I do want to go here eventually, but not right now. I just want to open up the, like, shortcut back to the first bonfire, because apparently I keep on dying, so there's a lot of, like, side paths and advancement that I'm just, like, not going until we sort out that little business. What's this? Let's go this way. Get a gun. Pungent blood cocktail? Sweet. That later. Go up these stairs. Smack some of our enemies. Come here. Come here. Can't fool me. Can't fool me. I'm too clever. Where does this go? Alright, that's interesting. Get over here. One at a time, though. Classic werewolf mistake. Getting murdered. If I was the werewolf, I'd simply not get murdered. Alright, we're gonna heal. Werewolf down. Werewolf down. Wait, this isn't where we want to go either. We will be back at this bridge shortly, but our first order of business really ought to be cleaning up the path back to first save, which I think is up here. Bloodstone shards that we have. Sick. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the Hunter's Street. We're gonna upgrade our saw cleaver one time. And then we're gonna go ahead and level up. We don't have a madness, so we can't level up yet. So we're gonna fortify weapons. Sick. That's like a 10-ish% increase in power. Nothing wrong with that. And we're gonna go to Central Yarnum. Maybe we'll try our hand at this first boss. Oh, wait, do we want to get our fancy clothes first so that we can fight the first boss in style? Let's go Operation Fancy. And then we'll fight the boss. You know what? It's because he's easy prey. We're gonna steal this guy's bullets. No, that's not where we want to go. It's close, but not where we want to go. We want to go up the stairs. But look. Alright, that's down. That's the boss. I, in fact, have to fight a single werewolf. It was not convinced. Owned? See, this is why I don't want to fight two werewolves at once. That's a completely, that's a completely different ball game, you know? A single werewolf, easy peasy, easy enough. Two werewolves, now you're playing baseball, and then you're playing football. You've developed a chronic trauma injury. Terrible. Awful fate for a person to befall. The person doesn't befall a fate. A fate befalls a person. So get that straight before we, are out of control here. Now, I think of all the ball sports, excluding tennis, because that's not a ball sport, that's a racket sport. Although I would say, but by the same logic, couldn't you say that baseball is a bat sport? And I would say no, because like one person has a bat, and yet when the ball is in play, the majority of players can interact with it in some capacity. So not a ball. It's a ball sport, not a bat sport. Plus it has, ball in the name, where like football, basketball, baseball all have ball in the name, so they're ball sports. Got him? Absolutely got him. And we got our souls back. It's good. We didn't want to lose our souls. Souls are nice. Versus, ping pong, which is, I would argue, either, a paddle sport or a racket sport, depending on how you want to conceptualize paddles. Are they just small rackets? Are they, something else? You tell me. I'm not the expert. I'm just giving a complete account of sports as I understand them. Basketball, baseball, football, ball sports. I would say that basketball is probably the best one of the traditional ball sports. Just don't even go for the attack, just smack them. Like my own style. I like the cut of my own. I don't know where that comes from, cut of your tip. I don't know if it's like a carpentry thing. Anytime I use like kind of a dated, like clearly old, expression like that, I'm always worried that it's like racist. I've talked about this, I think in maybe episode like 2 of the Isaac series I've gone in this rant, but we'll reuse it because I think it's like I feel like half of like weird old-timey American slang is just like, oh yeah, that's actually like a derogatory term for a black person from the 1920s. You really should not say it. Or like, but it's just so like, there's just so much racism and like weird, awful, terrible shit baked into American culture and American sayings, and I say American, but I think a lot of these expressions, like the one that I always go to that I think is not very nice is I think gypped is a thing that I think polite people say sometimes, not realizing that it comes from like gypsies and the idea that like people are just equating ethnic group with swindling, which is awful. And when I say polite, I don't mean that it's they're polite in spite of saying it. I just mean that they're not like actively or diabolically biased against or hateful towards gypsies. Or like travelers, or whatever the preferred term. I think I've seen a TLC show, not that this is like the gold standard for what is acceptable technology for an ethnic group, but with like gypsy title, so I don't, and that wasn't even that many years ago, so I like kind of like, I don't even really have a frame of reference for what that is. We have killed a pile of corpses, as we've done from time to time. Oh, I guess we got our fancy clothes, but we're not gonna equip those until we're out of the store. Like, you expect me to put on full new fancy clothes while we're waiting around in a bunch of English people's shit? Think again, bud. You must have your head on backwards. Think I'm gonna, put on my Sunday best while I'm waiting in the rotten corpse. You don't know the first damn thing about me. Alright, so what else are we looking for in this game besides, fancy clothes and souls of our enemies? I would say, now that we have the hunter card, we are looking for a top hat, and that will kind of complete our look. Come on, birds. Let's go. Thank you. One more. Come on. Alright, got him. You know what? I think there's a, what's the word? Bloodstone shard. Go over here and then back to this hazard bay. There might also be some enemies over here, but none of the crawly things. I believe they introduced the crawly dudes, like the crawly corpse dudes with the long arms, in that little segment over there. What's this? All right, this is another room. I just wanted to get a little bit further away from those shooters. I guess this is that big room that we refused to go in earlier, so maybe we'll do a little bit of exploration this way as well. There's right here. Hi. What's your name? Nice to meet you. My name is Molly. My fist has been inside you. This is a story about Fisterella, one of the most strange fisters the UK has ever seen. Can I say fisting on YouTube? I don't know about that. But, you know, I mean it completely in the non-sexual sense. I mean it only in the violent sense that I'm literally shoving my fist into the thorax of my enemies, so, you know, don't really monetize them. I'm not monetized at this point. My channel is much too small. How many bloodstone shards do we have? Can I not even see them from this menu? Materials 4. 4 is pretty good. I think our next upgrade is 5, followed by 8. So, you know, we're, as we say on this channel, apparently, we are moving right along. Can I actually do a Fozzie Bear impression? The thing that I want to work towards with that song, a perfectly normal thing to have a goal about, is being able to sing both parts of Moving Right Along. Because for those who haven't seen the movies, and this isn't really spoilers, Kermit the Frog is a character, as is Fozzie Bear, and they are on a road trip together, and they sing a duet called Moving Right Along. Oh, hello, bird. But it'd be sick to be able to do the Fozzie Bear part and the Kermit the Frog part, like, just as one performer. But switching between those two pieces back and forth while singing that song, I think is one of the hardest, like, voice acting feats of all time. Back up we go. I don't know if that's true, because let's see, can I even do a Kermit the Frog, like, at all?
Kermit the Frog is kind of up here. He talks like this, maybe. We're getting into Pee-wee territory, but, you know, not too bad. We could sing a song that does not have two parts. Like, why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side?
Easy peasy. And then Fozzie Bear, I think, is more like, nope, that's not right. Let's see, can we find Fozzie Bear? The thing is, once you, I feel like once you are in, like, character for one weird voice, or, like, people who can switch between, or I should specify, non-English, non-Scottish people, non-Irish people, nobody from that collection of islands, or that region, who can switch between, like, different, like, if you could do a generic pirate, followed by a Scotsman, followed by an Irishman, followed by an English, and back to a Scotsman without it kind of, like, all falling apart, and just all of it, you know, devolving into generic pirate, I am so impressed. But I feel like Fozzie Bear and Kermit kind of live in that same space where it's like
Kermit's more like this. He's got, he can go down into a normal sort of frog voice, but he also gets up high a little bit. We got a great show for you today.
I think Kermit the Frog on some level is just a Johnny Carson joke, right? I don't know if that's true, but I feel like he might. You're a big mess. Average British person is a giant sewer-dwelling pig. I have gotten slow poison. This might be how we die. It doesn't feel very slow. I feel like I'm dying pretty quick, but go off, I guess. I think we have the healing to heal through this. Alright, but what was I saying? We've just destroyed an average British citizen. Slow poison over so soon. We should call it fast poison because it doesn't last very long. And then Fozzie Bear is like, have I ever successfully done a Fozzie Bear? I'm like trying to rotate a Fozzie Bear voice in my mind like a cube. No, that's like animal or something. Fozzie. No, that's animal. Oh my god. We'll come back to it, but you know they exchanged lines. It's just kind of a standard duet, so to speak. So like. Correct. Not ideal. Not ideal. We'll say that much. We'll concede that point. We've died, and I think it's safe to go back to the hunter stream. We're not gonna like lose our souls. They're just probably one of those two dudes have them, and we can, you know, figure out a method to get back to them. But we are gonna use some of these, just to have enough souls to upgrade our weapon again. We need to repair our weapons in this game. Alright, we don't have items with reduced durability as far as I know. We are out of the sewers, so we're gonna equip our hunter garb. We might be back in the sewers. I'm not gonna be changing. That's not a level of commitment to the bit that I have. I didn't mean to do that. Back to Central Yarnum. We're much fancier now, and I believe we are defensively superior to our original armor. What does Fozzie Bear even sound like in my head?
Want to hear a funny joke?
No, we're still in Kermit. It's like, it has a scratchiness that I can't seem to produce this morning. Like, there's a certain, like, fuzziness to the voice. However, I think, like, Kermit the Frog doing, pretty much any, like, any possible variation hard rap lyrics is very funny to me. Maybe this is the way I wanna go.
Want to hear a funny joke? Nobody speak, nobody get choked.
That to me is high heel. Like a little run the jewels there for you, I think. Can we do other voices? There's a character voice that I like to do that is what is it? It's like, you know how like when people have a retainer, it can kind of mess up their speech pattern, and it's like they kind of get like, it's like almost it's almost like Donald Duck, because Donald Duck's like but it's not that dramatic. It's more like hey guys, my mom said it's my turn to use the escalator. It's you know, it's kind of a, it's kind of like that generic nerd voice that you hear around, which again, I'm not sure if it's like rooted in what we missed. We really don't want to die because I believe we lose all of our souls in that event. We are immune to death. You'll have to send a much more English person to kill a gamer of my caliber. These averagely British people cannot kill a gamer of my intestinal and testicular fortitude. We did have to go back into the sewer, so, you know, but we've covered it before on the channel. I'm not afraid to take an L. Certainly not. Won't be the first L I've taken, won't be the last. Could you imagine taking your last L? That'd be terrifying, because then you know it's over. It'd be like, you know, it'd be like, Genie, I want to take no more L's, and they'd be like, wish granted, and then you'd be like, oh no, I died 2 minutes later. Alright. Ow. Alright, we gotta respect this guy. Ow. No, I mean, like, respect him. Ow. Really don't want to get killed by this dude. We want to find our souls before we die. So it would be powerfully inconvenient to not do that. What's this? A shortcut? Back to where? Oh, this area? Interesting. I don't think this leads us back to our souls right away, but, you know, certainly an interesting thought. I think we gotta go back down the long ladder. Which isn't a euphemism, it's just a statement of fact about how long this ladder is. Absolutely tremendously sized. None of the enemies here move fast enough for me to engage with them. Except for this pig. This pig moves plenty fast. Ow. Not the trickiest customer in the world, though. If I had to rank all the customers in the world from trickiest to least tricky, a medium. solid medium. I think he does do a lot of damage, and clearly he can poison you, which is, you know, a huge downside to that dude, but... Alright, what do we got? Light the match. Strike the match. Do it. Ah. Do not hit me. You have 1 health left. You fuck. We're going down this because I think it unlocks a shortcut so that we don't have to, you know, take like, alright, that goes that way, but this is a shortcut. So what we're gonna do is go like that. I don't think we actually want to be up there. Time will tell, but at the very least for now, we want to go collect our souls. I think someday when we come back here, we'll want that ladder to be up. Get over here. Oh yeah. That other guy, too stupid to move. I'm not sure. Why is your body shaped so fucking weird? Got him. Old hunter's mark, sick. What do we got? Blood vial 2. Back to the bank. Sick. Where are we going? Let's go fight the first boss and then the second boss, like in quick succession. So I underestimated the amount of how much we want this ladder down, or this elevator down here, so we're gonna have to wait a second. And you know, it would probably behoove us to spend these souls before attempting 2 boss fights. So why not? Why not spend our souls before attempting 2 boss fights? We could fight these guys, but we're not going to. We're an elite gamer, and we just don't have time for that at this juncture. And I'll laugh when we're like 200 souls off. They're blood echoes, but I call them souls. I have quite a bit of experience in Dark Souls series. I've beaten Dark Souls 1 through 3. I've not beaten Bloodborne yet. This doll is now animated because we have insight. And I think we want like 6 strength. That sounds really good to me. I've played so many JRPGs that I just kind of assume that the way to victory is triangle to open menus. But, you know,
Welcome home.
In retrospect, I don't know if that's
very well.
Just founded in reality. All right. The perfect amount of strength.
Farewell.
All right, so back to Central Yarnum. We're gonna go up to the bridge. We might not fight the werewolves. We're gonna fight the big guy and then the really big guy, and then we're gonna go back to the elevator and fight another big guy. We might fight a couple other big guys on the way, but you know, in terms of really big guys, I would say 1.5 on the horizon for us for sure. And, you know, like I said before, if they're gonna give us like 4 Quicksilver bolts every time we backtrack through this area, why not make the most of it? We now have 25 strength, which is incredible. We're not harder to kill, but we do have a lot more firepower coming out of the end of our saw blade. Which is kind of sick. For example, we were able to get that guy in like one parry. Oh no, a seemingly not imposing thing. Enemy. Got him. He's like made out of screams. Alright, let's go. He's got dangerous speed. We'll give him that much. There it is. I guess he's some kind of holy man. I don't know what his deal is or why he's doing that to us, but you've killed him. Dispatched of our prey easily. 4,000? I could get out of that for 4,000. Not above that. Definitely not. Alright. So we'll go here. Turn to Hunter's Dream. Get a little bit of, one more strength, perhaps. Or, you know, maybe we'll go for a little vitality at this point. I don't think that would hurt. Or endurance. I don't know which one's health, but maybe we want a tiny bit of health. Yeah, we'll go for a vitality point. That seems sick. I don't know what the optimum amount of anything is because, you know, not a nerd. That said, certainly the first point of health that you put into it, that's got to be the most valuable one. Diminishing marginal returns. Alright. 2 brick boys. That's my nickname. Nice. Fuck. Got him. Got him. Back up to the bridge. The other bridge. There's a few bridges. We're going to one of them. Down to the bridge? Alright. My internal like geography for how this works is all off. So kinda expect them to like this, but I guess the strategy is not to kill all their own dudes. It is. Alright, that dude did escape the fate that befell his friends. See, we're learning the fate befalls the friends. His friends befall the fate. Alright, so if we approach from this angle, I don't think this dude takes any damage. But if we approach from the other angle, this dude takes like near fatal damage from the what the shit? Adrian Wretch. That's my nickname. When I was in high school, I don't even think like Bloodborne had come out. I think I graduated high school, so that's absolutely. Got him. Absolutely got him. Alright, so we're gonna go in here and rage the most technical, non-cheesy fight against this dude that we can. Oh my god. He's got an axe, he's in a graveyard. That's kind of 2 strikes against him right away. Chopping up beasts, eating their blood. Chopping up beasts, eating the blood.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
Apparently, he's gone mad. He's become the beast he hunts. So, we are gonna do a little bit of running just because I want an extra second to equip. What is it? This? Excuse me. I want my Molotov cocktails for the second phase of this boss. I also think it's interesting that Molotov cocktails exist in a world that may or may not have Molotov as a city. Like, right? Like, Molotov is the place, perhaps in, like, Poland or Russia. Ow.
What's that smell? The sweet blood. Oh, it seems to me it's enough to make a man sick.
Blood is smelling nice, sweet. Ow, don't kill us, please. Let us heal. Let us heal again. I don't like this arena, so we're gonna run for a little bit. Alright, he's gonna drop down. Oh, we both have the same idea. We're gonna unlock from our camera perspective there. Hey, bud. You're a little confused. I'll help you out. Alright. Come on, buddy. That's fine. We'll be back. We almost had him. It's just sometimes I get comboed by that first, like, barrage of hits when he decides to become a wolf. Not a good look. I showed you my blood. Please respond. descend into the sewer and skip the bridge here? Because I think there's a ladder, like, right around here somewhere. Kind of lets us go into the sewer instead of... Maybe it's back a little bit? Oh, here it is. Then we don't have to, like, fuck around on the bridge. Which I don't know if it's faster to do this, but at least it's less mentally taxing. Ow. We don't want to be there. Here. Alright. Say goodbye to the pig. We'll let the pig live this time. I don't think there's a huge incentive to kill him. I'd rather deal with like one pig than like 6 dudes, then a boulder, and then a big dude, and another dude. Alright. Claim it. Alright, it didn't happen that time either, but for some reason, sometimes that dude takes damage from the boulder, which is pretty sick. Alright, off to a great start. Got a cheeky extra shot on it. We're gonna get our souls back, I think. Not that it was that many souls. You know what? It was almost 4,000 souls. I could get out of bed for that. Alright, he's got the axe now. Charge me or something? Perfect. I didn't know, sometimes I don't know when he's gonna be like stunned. So like I am like timid about like following up. Alright, we attacked in the wrong direction. Is our crime so great that we should die? The crime of having that sweet blood pussy? Just demonetize me already. Sweetest dodge in history, second sweetest dodge in history. Oh my god. This dude's so good at dodging Molotov cocktails, I'm not even mad. Oh my god! We're not dead. Run. Do not get killed by the werewolf. Do not get killed by the werewolf. At least get killed by gravity or something. Oh my god, we got killed by the werewolf. I hate when that happens. Now we don't really have enough Molotov cocktails to even cheese him. Oh no. We were so close. Alright, we're gonna get him this time. 3rd time's the charm. You cannot kill me 3 times in a video game. I've only died twice in a video game. Don't even talk to me. I'm not actually mad. I'm a little hungry though. I don't know what I want to eat. I need a salad or an orange or like a bunch of Taco Bell. The sky's the limit, really. Who knows? Could be anything. the purposes of science, I do want to figure out why this guy takes damage sometimes, but not all the time. Alright, so let's see if we can trigger it while we're still on this. Alright, that time he took the damage. I think we can get him to trigger it while we're still on the ladder. This guy's chasing us? Yeah. We'll get out of there. Ow, dodge. I feel like we shot him at a pretty good time. It's like if I was designing the video game, I would have just let him have it, but I get it, I guess. There's rules and stuff. Alright, he's got the big axe out. I have the high ground. It's over, you bitch. Ow. Maybe the high ground doesn't even matter. You'd think that I'd have like increased armor class or something, but maybe not. It's not really giving me a lot of time to heal. Right, our blood echoes are up there. So maybe we'll make a trip around the block and get those. Could be worth it. And you know what? Maybe we'll equip some pungent blood cocktail. I have a theory. Alright, we've acquired our blood echoes. Gonna take another trip over here. You know, as soon as you acquire the blood echoes, it's like all your sins from the past didn't really happen except for the fact that you wasted all your Molotov cocktails. That did happen. There's records of it. Ow. Got him. Turn into a beast. Perfect. Alright. Now. Cocktail. How did you dodge? Alright, that did it. Heal. Blood cocktail. I don't think the blood cocktail was all that effective. We got him. Prey slaughtered. Too easy. This game's so simple. And with that, we're gonna end part 1 of our Bloodborne playthrough. I don't know how long this was, but thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and join me on part 2 of our Bloodborne playthrough for more Bloodborne. Bye-bye.